Welcome to your deep dive. This time, you gave us quite the collection
Oh, yeah.
of sources. We've got scientific papers,
Yeah?
journal articles, and even a historical account, all centered around
Right.
Nobel Prize-winning discoveries.
I love it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And get this, the real excitement for me is how this deep dive connects fields that at first glance seem totally different.
Totally.
I mean, we're talking particle physics, organic chemistry, and even, get this, the study of the human brain.
It's amazing how interconnected these seemingly separate fields can be.
Isn't it fascinating?
Yeah.
Like how discoveries in one area often pave the way for breakthroughs in another, sometimes even decades or even centuries later.
Yeah.
It's like a giant puzzle where each piece, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger picture.
Definitely.
Speaking of small,
Okay.
let's start our journey by zooming in on the tiniest particles in the universe. Quarks.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? We've got excerpts from particle physics papers here.
Okay.
NBL50.pdf and NBL79.pdf that talk about experiments smashing particles together at insane speeds.
Yeah, these experiments were truly revolutionary. Trying to figure out how a watch works by smashing it against a wall and studying the pieces. That's kind of what these physicists were doing. Right. But with protons and neutrons.
And NBL79.pdf mentions that the results actually caused quite a stir.
Oh, yeah.
Because they hinted at something unexpected.
Okay.
A point-like structure within the proton. Before this, scientists thought protons were more like fuzzy blobs.
Right.
So what was the significance of finding these smaller, more fundamental components?
It completely changed our understanding of matter's building blocks. Those point-like structures turned out to be quarks.
Right.
And their discovery, huge implications.
I can imagine.
It's not just about the tiny scale. It's about understanding what our universe is fundamentally made of and how it all began.
So how does knowing about quarks impact us in our everyday lives? It seems pretty abstract, pretty far removed from our daily experiences.
Think of it this way. The Big Bang, the formation of stars and galaxies, even the elements that make up you and me, all come down to those tiny quarks and the forces that govern their interactions.
So you're saying...
Understanding quarks is like understanding the very language of the universe.
Wow, that's a pretty amazing thought.
It is.
Okay, are you ready to jump from the vastness of the cosmos to the intricate world of molecules?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right. Let's dive into the work of Jean-Pierre Sauvage, Sir J. Fraser Stoddart, and Bernard L. Feringa.
Right.
All Nobel laureates in chemistry.
Yes.
Our sources, NBL54.pdf, NBL58.pdf, and NBL64.pdf, highlight their incredible contributions to the field of molecular machines.
Molecular machines.
Now, when I hear molecular machines, I think of tiny robots working away at the nanoscale.
Yeah. You're closer than you think.
Really?
These chemists took inspiration from nature's own intricate machinery.
Oh,
like the proteins that power our cells.
Right.
And they figured out how to design and build artificial molecular systems capable of controlled movement.
Wow. So they literally created moving machines out of molecules.
They did.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But before their work, were chemists even thinking about this possibility?
You'd be surprised. NBL54.pdf mentions a distinct lack of interest from the chemistry community before Sauvage's groundbreaking work with mechanically interlocked molecules like catenanes and rotaxanes.
Cananes and rotaxanes.
And rotaxanes.
Those sound like something straight out of a science fiction novel.
They might sound complex.
Yeah.
But imagine linking rings together. Or threading a bead onto a string.
Okay.
That's essentially what these molecules are like.
Okay.
But the real breakthrough, figuring out how to make them move in controlled ways using chemical or light-based triggers.
So we've gone from passively linked molecules to ones that can move and potentially perform tasks.
Exactly.
That sounds like a pretty big leap.
It was a paradigm shift in chemistry. For the first time, scientists were able to create artificial molecular systems that mimicked the dynamic, functional machines found in nature.
Wow.
And this opened up a world of possibilities.
So what kind of possibilities are we talking about here?
Okay.
What are the real-world applications of these tiny molecular machines?
That's where things get really exciting. Imagine targeted drug delivery, where a molecular machine carries a drug directly to a specific cell in the body.
Oh, wow.
Or think about nanoscale sensors capable of detecting minute changes in their environment.
Okay.
The potential applications are vast and still being explored.
It's incredible to think that we might one day have
I know, right?
tiny robots made of molecules working inside our bodies
Crazy.
to deliver medicine or monitor our health.
It's wild.
I know. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet.
Right.
Before we explore the potential applications of these molecular machines, let's shift our focus to an equally fascinating realm.
Let's do it.
The human brain.
The human brain.
It's time to dive into NBL78.pdf, which focuses on the Nobel Prize-winning work of David Hubel and Torsten Weisel.
Those guys.
These two scientists revolutionized our understanding of how our brains process visual information.
Fascinating stuff.
NBL78.pdf mentions something called ocular dominance columns.
Okay.
What are those exactly, and what do they tell us about how we see?
Imagine opening up the visual cortex, the part of the brain that processes sight, and seeing stripes running across it, each stripe dedicated to processing information from either your left or right eye.
Really?
Those stripes are ocular dominance columns.
Oh, wow.
And their discovery. Major breakthrough.
So there are actual physical structures in our brains dedicated to each eye.
Yeah.
That's wild. But how does this help us understand how we see?
Hubel and Weisel's research revealed how our brains take input from both eyes and combine it to create a single coherent image of the world.
Okay.
They also discovered orientation selectivity, meaning different groups of neurons in the visual cortex respond to different orientations of lines and edges.
So it's like our brain has specialized teams of cells.
Exactly.
Each responsible for detecting a specific feature in the visual world.
That's a great way to put it.
That's incredibly intricate and organized.
It is.
But why is understanding this important for us?
These discoveries have far-reaching implications.
Like what?
Not only do they help us understand the basic mechanisms of vision, but they also pave the way for developing treatments for visual impairments.
That's amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
We've covered so much ground already.
We have.
From the building blocks of matter to molecular machines and the intricacies of the visual cortex. But I have a feeling this is just the beginning of our journey.
Oh, we're just getting started. I knew it. There's so much more to explore.
Absolutely.
Right.
And in the next part of our deep dive, we'll connect the dots between these seemingly disparate fields, revealing the hidden threads that weave them together.
I can't wait to see how these seemingly unrelated discoveries are actually part of a larger, interconnected web of knowledge.
It's going to be good.
Stay tuned as we continue our exploration.
All right. Welcome back. Last time we journeyed from the infinitesimally small world of quarks to the intricate mechanisms of molecular machines and the brain's visual cortex.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground.
Now it's time to connect the dots. Are you ready to uncover the hidden links between these seemingly disparate fields?
Absolutely. I'm so eager to see how these seemingly isolated discoveries are actually intertwined.
All right, let's start with the tools of particle physics.
Okay.
Those massive particle accelerators, like the one described in NBL79.pdf, require incredible feats of engineering.
Right.
And rely on materials that can withstand extreme conditions. So particle physics relies on breakthroughs in material science to push the boundaries of exploration.
Exactly.
That makes sense. But where do molecular machines fit into all of this?
That's where things get really interesting. Could we use the principles of molecular machines with their ability to operate at the nanoscale to develop even more precise and sensitive detectors for particle physics experiments?
It's like using the tiniest tools imaginable to study the universe's biggest mysteries. I love that idea. But what about connections between these molecular machines and what we learned about the brain?
Now we're venturing into truly exciting territory. Imagine molecular machines designed to interact with neurons.
Okay.
Perhaps delivering drugs with incredible precision or even helping to repair damaged brain tissue.
It's like something out of a science fiction novel. Tiny molecular machines operating inside the brain, helping to treat neurological disorders or enhance cognitive function.
It's pretty amazing stuff, and the flow of inspiration can go both ways.
Oh, so.
Understanding how the brain processes information could lead to new algorithms for analyzing the massive amounts of data generated by particle physics experiments.
So it's a two-way street. Each field can learn from and inspire the other in unexpected ways.
Exactly.
Is there anything in our source material that specifically highlights this interconnectedness?
There is. In NBL78.pdf, Hobel and Wiesel, after their discovery of ocular dominance columns, write, an entire system has opened up whose existence we were previously quite unaware of. This perfectly captures how each breakthrough can open doors to entirely new avenues of exploration,
Right.
often in fields we might never have imagined.
It's a beautiful reminder that knowledge is a constantly evolving landscape, and that every discovery can lead to unexpected connections and new mysteries to unravel.
Absolutely. And it emphasizes the importance of interdisciplinary thinking.
I see.
We need scientists who can see the connections between fields, who can bring together ideas from different domains to solve complex problems.
It's like assembling a team of superheroes, each with their unique superpowers, to tackle a challenge that no one could handle alone.
Exactly.
But let's not forget that even superheroes have to grapple with ethical dilemmas.
You're right.
What about the challenges and ethical considerations that come with these scientific advancements?
Great point. We can't just focus on the exciting possibilities without considering the potential risks and challenges.
Right.
Let's turn to NBL51.pdf, which delves into a rather unsettling topic: unconventional viruses and their role in diseases like Kuru.
Okay, this sounds a bit intense.
It is.
Can you give us some background on Kuru and why these unconventional viruses are so concerning?
Kuru was a devastating prion disease that affected the 4 people of Papua New Guinea.
Okay.
It was spread through ritualistic cannibalism.
Oh, wow.
Specifically, the consumption of deceased relatives' brains.
Whoa.
What makes prion diseases so unique and challenging is that they're caused by misfolded proteins, not bacteria or viruses.
So it's like a domino effect, but at the molecular level. One misfolded protein triggers others to misfold, leading to a chain reaction that damages brain tissue.
Precisely. And what makes prions even more challenging is their resilience. They're resistant to many conventional sterilization methods, making them incredibly difficult to eliminate.
Oh, wow.
NBL51.pdf even mentions that these unconventional viruses are characterized by an absence of an immune response.
Really?
Our bodies don't seem to recognize them as threats.
So not only are they incredibly resilient, but they also manage to evade our body's natural defenses. That's a frightening combination.
It is.
Does the source offer any insight into potential treatments or prevention strategies?
Unfortunately, there's still no cure for prion diseases.
Oh, wow.
The source highlights the critical need for further research to understand the mechanisms of prion propagation and to develop effective therapies.
I see.
It's a sobering reminder that despite the incredible progress we've made, there are still formidable challenges in the world of science and medicine.
It underscores the importance of continued scientific investigation, even in the face of daunting obstacles.
Definitely.
But with powerful new technologies like molecular machines, it seems like ethical considerations become even more critical.
Oh, absolutely.
Are there any specific concerns highlighted in our sources?
NBL64.pdf touches on the concept of photopharmacology, using light to activate or deactivate drugs.
Interesting.
This holds tremendous potential for targeted therapies.
Right.
But it also raises questions about safety, unintended consequences, and the potential for misuse.
You're right. We need to be cautious and thoughtful in our approach.
Absolutely. And now let's shift gears and explore the work of Arturi Ilmari Virtanen, a Finnish chemist who revolutionized agriculture.
Okay, so we're going from the complexities of the brain and prion diseases to the world of agriculture. I'm curious to see how this all ties together. What exactly did Virtanen discover?
Virtanen was captivated by the process of nitrogen fixation, the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into a form that plants can use. He focused on the symbiotic relationship between legumes and certain bacteria that live in their root nodules, acting as tiny nitrogen factories.
So these bacteria essentially help plants access the nitrogen they need to grow. That's incredible. But how did Virtanen harness this natural process to benefit agriculture?
He developed a method for preserving fodder.
Fodder.
Which is essentially dried plant material used to feed livestock.
Okay.
He discovered that by carefully controlling the pH of the fodder during preservation, he could prevent the breakdown of proteins and preserve the nitrogen content.
So he found a way to make the fodder more nutritious for livestock.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. But what's the larger impact of Virtanen's work? Why should our listener care about fodder preservation?
His discoveries had a huge impact on agriculture, especially in countries with limited arable land.
Oh, right.
His methods increased crop yields, improved the quality of livestock feed, and ultimately helped to address food security concerns around the world.
It's amazing how a seemingly simple discovery about preserving fodder can ripple outward to affect the lives of millions.
Isn't it?
It's a reminder that scientific breakthroughs can come from unexpected places and have far-reaching consequences.
Absolutely. And that's what makes this exploration of scientific discovery so captivating. It's a journey full of unexpected twists and turns, and every step forward can lead to groundbreaking innovations that shape our world.
We've certainly uncovered some fascinating connections today, haven't we?
We have.
From the building blocks of matter to the complexities of the brain and even the ingenious strategies of bacteria.
So many connections.
It's clear that knowledge is interconnected in surprising and often profound ways.
It is.
But our journey isn't over yet. There are still more mind-bending discoveries to explore, right?
Absolutely. Get ready for the final leg of our deep dive as we explore the frontiers of quantum physics, laser technology, and some truly mind-boggling concepts that will push the boundaries of what we know about the universe and ourselves.
We're back for the final part of our deep dive. So far, we've explored the interconnectedness of scientific knowledge, from the heart of matter to the mysteries of the mind, and even delved into the world of unconventional viruses and agricultural innovations.
It's been quite a journey.
Now we're diving into some seriously mind-bending concepts: quantum physics and laser technology.
These fields are all about pushing the boundaries of what we know about the universe and ourselves.
And the sources you provided, NBL53.pdf and NBL59.pdf, highlight the incredible work of physicists who achieved mind-blowing levels of precision in their measurements.
Absolutely.
Leading to incredible advances in our understanding of light and matter.
It's amazing what they accomplished.
I'm intrigued. NBL59.pdf mentions something called a maser. Is that related to lasers?
That's a great observation. You're right. They are related.
Okay.
A maser is like a laser.
Yeah.
But it operates at microwave frequencies instead of visible light.
Okay.
Both produce highly focused beams of electromagnetic radiation. But they have different applications.
So what makes lasers and masers such valuable tools for scientists? What can they do that other tools can't?
It all comes down to coherence.
Coherence?
The waves in a laser or maser beam are all in sync, like a perfectly choreographed dance.
Oh, wow.
This allows for incredibly precise measurements and manipulation of matter at the atomic and molecular level.
It's like having a ruler that can measure things smaller than an atom.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But how do these concepts connect back to what we've already discussed?
Right.
Could we use lasers and masers to interact with those molecular machines we talked about earlier?
That's a brilliant question, and the answer is yes. Imagine using lasers or masers to control the movements of molecular machines with even greater precision.
Oh,
It would be like taking those tiny machines from manual to automatic transmission.
right.
And it's not just science fiction. NBL53.pdf highlights the use of lasers to cool atoms to incredibly low temperatures, a technique that has revolutionized atomic physics.
Why would scientists want to freeze atoms? It seems counterintuitive. Wouldn't that make them harder to study?
It might seem that way,
Yeah.
but at these ultra-low temperatures, atoms behave in ways that defy our everyday understanding of physics.
Oh, wow.
They start to exhibit quantum properties that are usually hidden from view. It's like opening a window into a hidden world where the rules of classical physics no longer apply.
This is mind-blowing. From smashing particles to freezing atoms and building molecular machines, this deep dive has taken us on an incredible journey through the frontiers of scientific discovery.
And through it all, we've seen how knowledge is interconnected.
We have.
Breakthroughs in one field can inspire advancements in others, often in the most unexpected ways.
Absolutely.
It's a testament to human curiosity, ingenuity, and the relentless pursuit of understanding the universe and our place within it.
It's truly inspiring to see how these seemingly unrelated discoveries are actually part of a larger, interconnected tapestry of knowledge.
It really is.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left with a sense of wonder and excitement about what the future holds.
Me too.
What new connections and breakthroughs are waiting to be discovered?
Who knows?
What mysteries will we unravel?
It's exciting to think about.
And to our listener, we encourage you to keep exploring.
Absolutely.
Keep questioning.
Yes.
And keep diving deep into the world of knowledge. You never know what amazing connections and insights you might uncover.
You never know.
Until next time.
See you then.